Mr. Alatorre. This is Amber Riley with Arkansas State University Beebe, and this will be my persuasive speech. Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you all for coming out. My name is Amber Riley, and I would like to give you some information on the importance of wearing your seatbelt. I'm going to guess that everyone here gets in a car, either as a driver or passenger, every single day. And some of you may be thinking, I put my seatbelt on all, or maybe even most of the time. But maybe you have a friend or family member in mind right now that you know does not wear their seatbelt. I'm going to give you some information that you can pass along to them that may help persuade them to wear their seatbelt, how important it is, and that it could save their life. So I'm sure many of you may remember as a child, you get in the back seat of the car and your parents say, get in the back seat and put on your seatbelt, and I want to hear it click. So you get in there and you put it on, and then as you start to drive away, you quietly unclick it and take it off, hoping that they won't hear you. And we do this because as children, we don't understand the importance of seatbelts and how they can help prevent injury or possibly even death. Nobody gives us that information. As adults, we do have that information, and sometimes we still choose to ignore it. According to the Center of Disease Control Injury and Prevention Department, the leading cause of death in people ages 5 to 34 is motor vehicle accidents. That is a huge number and a wide age range. Typically, we make our children wear their seatbelts, so it's odd to see such a young age group also lumped in there. So you can see it's very, very important. Those accidents cause more death than disease. In the state of Arkansas, in 2005, they started the Click It or Ticket program. So seatbelts becomes a primary offense. They can pull you over now for not wearing your seatbelt. Prior to 2005, you could get a ticket, but they wouldn't pull you over for not having your seatbelt on alone. It would have to have been because you're speeding or something along those lines. It wasn't until 1968 that the Bureau of Transportation made it mandatory that auto manufacturers put seatbelts in cars, not only in the front, but also in the back. But at that point, it wasn't required by every state that you wear your seatbelt. Slowly, states started to adopt this policy until we've evolved to where we are now, and it is mandatory in every state that you have that on. Arkansas is one of those states that's chose to take a very proactive approach, and they will give you a ticket. So if you wear your seatbelt, not only could it help save your life, but it also could save you a few dollars in the meantime. According to the Arkansas Democrat Gazette and Lieutenant Wood with the Benton Police Department, there are so many accidents that happen at night, and people are not wearing their seatbelts. For some reason, at night, people are more inclined not to wear them. They don't really know why, but a lot of these accidents are ending in tragedy, and they could be avoided. So, I think there's some good information that you could pass along, and I think that we could wear our seatbelts every time we get in the car, and we could save some lives. It's simple, it's easy, and it doesn't hurt you. I know some people may say, I'm uncomfortable wearing my seatbelt, and sometimes when we start to do things, until we get used to them, they can seem uncomfortable, but they're really not. You get used to it, and now it's like second nature to you. I have a funny story I'd like to share before we leave here today. I'm so used to putting on my seatbelt. As a child, we were made to do it, and I kind of carried that over as I started driving. I was at work one day, all my coworkers were gathered around. Come back from the coffee machine, I sat down in my chair, and I reach over like I'm going to put on my seatbelt. And of course, everyone kind of laughed at me. It was funny, but it's like second nature to me. So I hope you all had a good time, and I hope you can convince others to wear their seatbelts, and we can save some lives. Thank you all for coming.
Good job.